My name is Tasneem. I'm the senior manager at 98 Percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with XLR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at XLR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what XLR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and XLR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm the Senior Project Manager for IT Department at 98th Percentile. So today we were here for this IT Bootcamp, right, this technical drive and at XLR. So it was a great experience and I would feel that the students, they are the freshers, right, but it doesn't seem like that. So if I talk about their technical and cognitive ability, they all seems pretty good in that and that's what I felt. And I guess they have been taught pretty well at XLR, so that's how they have performed good in their aptitude and the technical tests. So I wish them all the best and it was a very great experience over here.
Hi, this is Patan, Technology Consulting Manager from 98th Percentile. We visited XLR for the campus placement drive and it went very well today. Ms. Ambika, Ms. Pragati, everyone received us greatly here and we had a lot of enjoyable time here. The students even had great experience with us. They were interactive, they had good aptitude and all the technological skills they showed. I think they were all well and we really appreciate their time that they spared to us and I think we will be doing a great job. We are expecting a lot of people to be hired from them. Let's see. it was a great experience altogether.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
From entering into the cyber tower to exiting out of this tower, the XLR team has been received me with such a care and pleasure.
I am the part of this XLR since 4 months. From the third month itself, they have conducted the placement sessions from the third month itself, and this is the fourth month, and this is the 98th percentile is one of the placement drive I have attended so far, and attending to this drive is such a good experience for me. All the HRs and the team made us feel very comfortable and confident.
XLR helped me a lot, and I experienced a lot of things today. So I'm really hope to be placed in that company. I'm confident about that. Thank you.
This was my first association with XLR. I had got a call from Miss Shubha, and we fixed a drive here. Today when we came here, I was not expecting much, but the hospitality was too good. Staff is quite cooperative, and it's like a happy-go-lucky kind of a environment here when it comes to XLR people. When it comes to candidates, yeah, we have got few candidates, and they are all agreeing to all our terms and conditions, and I hope they join the organization and work for us, and I'm expecting long-term association with XLR people, with more recruitments or more collaborations with them.
XLR has been a good partner for us because we found some of the candidates were excellent, and we wanted people with good business experience, not only just the Java or whatever full stack development or whatever they were being trained on. They were also people with a good background knowledge, and whom we have really shortlisted, and we assume that they are going to make a good career in BusyBrains.
XLR arranged our placements for the BusyBrains company. I felt good. I hope that it will be positive for us and change our lives in IT sector. So thank you, XLR.
Hi, my name is Revant. I joined XLR's course of data analytics. While the course was going through, the faculty were very good. They were guiding us really well, and they were providing in-depth insights of the industry. We were taught the latest things. We were taught what the industry needs, and after that, post completion of my course, we were going through a live project where we were facing real-time scenarios, and we were encountering all those scenarios which we would be encountering in a job. We completed the project, and we got through a certification which stated that we got a data analytics certification from XLR, and after that we were placed in mock interviews, and they also gave us how the interviews are and how tough they are. The interviews were really
Hello everyone. Good evening to all of you. Can I get a quick response in the chat box? Good evening everyone. Is my audio and voice is audible to all of you? Good evening all of you. Okay, just give me a second. We'll start the session today. So hello, hello everyone. From now on, from today's classes, we are going to see some basic information about networks. Like in yesterday classes, we see something about networks. We understand how network works, what is IP, what is MAC, and some different terminologies about network. Today we are going to understand about protocols and different things. See, after this classes, after this class, from the next onward classes, we are going to practice ethical hacking on Linux. We are going to see how we actually try to hack something and how we steal someone else's data or how we protect someone else's data. So from tomorrow's classes, we are completely going on practicals. So from tomorrow classes, I expect everyone have completely installed Linux on their systems. Also the Metasploitable, which I'm going to tell you today how you can install it. And from today, we are going to practice. So before tomorrow, I want everyone to install the Linux completely on their operating system without any problem. Does anyone have facing any problem installing the Linux? Yeah. Yes. Srilata, can you tell me what is the problem you are facing? Metasploitable one. We are using Metasploitable one. Command link. Yeah, we are today. I am going to send you the PDFs of command link and some other PDFs which was attached in the classroom section, so you can directly access it. So let's start. Let's dive into today's session. Just let me share my screen. I think my screen is visible to all of you. Is my screen visible to all of you? Very good. So now we are going to start the today's session. So just wait a second. I will open the PDF. See, in yesterday class, we learn about networks, we learn about IP addresses, we learn about MAC addresses, we learn about what is IP, what is MAC, classes of IP, we know about class A, B, C, D, E. We also know about what is LAN, what is MAN, what is MAN, and different things. In yesterday classes, the last topic is VPN. So today we will start again with VPN and proxy, and after we are going to see protocols and different other things. So first of all, what is VPN? What is actually a VPN? Everyone always use a VPN for accessing some website. Sometimes they are using VPN to download some movies and different things. So why do we actually need VPN? If a website is blocked, how a VPN can unblock that particular website and give us access to open that particular website? How this is actually happening? So VPN is basically the simplest definition of VPN is a virtual private network, is a private data network that use public telecommunication infrastructure, or you can say internet, maintaining privacy using encryption and tunneling protocol and security procedure to connect users securely. So VPN is basically a software which uses internet and encrypted your data and make you connected to the internet more securely. So VPN provides security and also provides accessibility to access blocked website. So there are three terms in a VPN come. First is the virtual, second is the private, third is the network. So what does virtual mean? Here you can see a simplest definition. Virtual means implies that there is no physical connection between the two networks. Instead, connection routed through internet. Means virtual means we are not connected through any physical transmission, like we are not connected through any type of cables or any other things. So we are here completely connected virtual. We are directly connected to a virtual VPN server, then we are connected to internet. So here there is no any particular physical connection available. Second thing is the private implied data transmit data keep confidential. Means private is that whatever data you are sharing after connecting to a VPN was always confidential. Means it was not openly available to anyone, because when you connect to a VPN, it's just simply convert your data or encrypt your data. Let me just show you an example. For example, if here I come and I will search online encryption, I will show you what that is happening. Online encryption. I'll just open a website and I will show you what is happening. Just give me a second. It will opening. Say encrypt text online. There's a software. I'll just use this software. See here, if I type any type of encryption, for example, if I type, for example, if I am connected to a VPN and I am using a messaging transfer application, I'm using an application which transfer messages, but it does not have any security. So if I type in the message like hello, and if I send it, it will directly send from one person to another person, or it will send from one application to another application. And if that particular application does not apply encryption on that hello, it will directly go from my device to particular that person device without hiding. So if there is a person between me and that particular person is able to see what type of message I am sending, and I am completely, you can say, vulnerable on the internet because my messages, my data was not encrypted. But what we actually VPN does, VPN simply encrypt that data. So it was written as hello. It needs a password. For example, my phone has a password. I want to this message or encrypt it. So if I enter a password like 1234, and then I just simply encrypt. And if I click here, see this message now convert into encrypted password. If someone is still able to see that password, he does not specify that this word means hello. And if I want to encrypt it, just I copy this again. And if I here, I'll just go here and just again paste here. Now I want to choose to decrypt. I'll just simply click here decrypt. I'll just again paste the code, then the password which I set, which is 1234. And then if I click here encrypt and decrypt text, you see we get the message hello. So this is how VPN actually protects your data. VPN simply converted or encrypted your data, whatever you are sending on the internet. So nobody able to understand what you are sending or what you are using on the particular internet. I think everyone is able to understand how VPN actually secure your data. Both password and message both are encrypted. If you are using a protocol like HTTP, remember hypertext transfer protocol messages are those protocols which cannot encrypt your data. So if you are using a HTTP protocol, at that time VPN simply encrypt the messages. And if you are using a HTTP protocol and logging, and if the password was not encrypted, still VPN encrypts your data. The virtual machine fee. I think you need Rohan Madhuvan. I think you need to first put the virtual box file ISO image in the hard drive, then it will start working. First, you need to put the ISO image. Choose the ISO image. Now we are going to again to the section. I think everyone is able to understand how VPNs actually protect your data. Is everyone able to understand it? Can I get a quick response? This is basically an online tool which is used for encrypting text. You can use this tool by transferring messages like very in a good way. Just encrypt the text and send this text on someone WhatsApp and say go to particular encrypting platform and enter the password and he is able to see your things. Can you please repeat it again? See, when you are connected to a VPN, what actually happens? VPN simply encrypts whatever message you are sending. So if, for example, right now I'm again telling you, for example, if you are chatting with a friend, for example, if suppose that I've created application like WeChat, which just transfer messages between two persons, but WeChat does not have encryption. If WeChat does not have encryption, any person who is between me and that particular person is able to see that message. I think no one able to understand it. Just give me a second. I will show you attack. After this attack, I think you are able to understand. Man in the middle. See, if your data was not encrypted, this type of attack is happening. Man in the middle. This is an attack which is basically used for sniffing data between two persons or between a network. See, I'm just opening the images, just give me time. It was taking too much time, just give me a second. So man in the middle attack is like when you have two devices. See, here what is happening. You can see there is a user and there is a web application. If you are connected through a web application and if the data was not encrypted and if there was a person between you and the web application, if the data was not encrypted, a person between you and the web application is able to see what type of data you are transferring to that particular web application. For example, right now, suppose this website is not encrypted. So if I'm sending any type of message from my laptop to the particular web application, if a person was between us, he is able to see the messages. This attack is known as man in the middle attack. But if you are encrypted, but if you are connected to a VPN, what VPN simply does, see, VPN simply encrypts your data. VPN simply encrypts your data. So when VPN encrypts your data, it will be changes like this. For example, if I'm a website and I'm typing hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? So VPN what does? It simply encrypts my data. It simply encrypts my data. If I encrypt this, I just click here encrypt. Just it needs a password. I need to set a password. Whatever you need to set, the password is a encryption key. See, this changes the hello, how are you? So now the hello, how are you is written like this. So if the person who was between here, he see this message, he is not able to understand what is this, because he does not know what type of encryption technology am I using, because there are multiple thousands of encryption technology or algorithms which used to encrypt a text. So he's not able to understand what type of encryption is and what is the message. So here the attack was failed. But if I am not using an encryption, at that time this message was directly sent from the web browser, from me to the web browser, and at that time this person was able to see that particular message. So see, that's why encryption helps you to prevent or you can make secure on the internet. And VPN does the same. VPN just simply encrypt your data, and that's why nobody else is able to see you or maybe try to hack you. So this is what actually a VPN hack does. So whenever you are on internet and if you think VPN makes you secure, this is how VPN actually make you secure. It's just simply convert your data, or you can say just simply convert your data in an encrypted text which is not able to understand by anyone else. I think everyone is able to understand what does VPN does. Does anyone have any doubt? See, encryption message was decrypted by using the same software. And in the behind, you just go again and put the encrypted message and put the encrypted password. If you set an encrypted password, just put in the password and decrypt it. It will automatically decrypt. What is encrypt and decrypt? See, encryption is the process of converting normal text into ciphertext. Ciphertexts are like combination of different words, like secret text. So in basically encryption, a simple word can convert into a special messages. Like if I write hello, it will convert it into 100 words which may be different. And decryption is the process of converting that particular word into the same word. Right now, I'm just opening you again so you can understand what is encryption and decryption. Just open me no, this. Just give me a second. I'll just open that. See, encryption and decryption is the process of converting normal text into ciphertext. See, this is a normal text, hello. And if I encrypt this, this will convert into an encrypted text. For converting any text, you need an encrypted password, encryption password. Without the password, you are not able to decrypt that particular text. So here, if the word is encrypt hello and I want to encrypt this, I'll just simply use a password. For now, I will choose a password like 1234. And if I click here encrypt, see what happened. The password is like this. I'll get this password. So basically what happening here, the hello was converted like this. And now I think no one able to understand that this thing means hello, that this is the meaning of hello. So if now I want to decrypt, I want to know the meaning of help, I'll just simply copy this control plus C. Now just simply click on here decrypt. And again, I'll just simply put the text here like the coded, like the converted text. And now I need to enter the password. See, if I enter the wrong password, for example, I set the password 123, and if I enter the password 1254, see what happened. Wrong password. It will not decrypt until I put the right password. If I put the right password and I just click here I'll get my output. So encryption and decryption is the process of converting normal text into ciphertext. So normal papers or hackers is not able to understand what we are sending, and we make ourselves secure on the internet. Now I think everyone is able to understand encryption. Am I right? Is everyone understand what is encryption and decryption? Okay. I'll send you this website link. You can try it from yourself. Just try to encrypt text and try to decrypt text. I'll just send you this website link. Try it on yourself. Just give me a second. I'll just send you the link to everyone. You just try by yourself and see what happens. Also, you are able to send these messages. Also, you are able to send, for example, just encrypt a text and send this website link to your friend, and then the encrypted text and the password, and see, just decrypt it and see what is this message. You can use this also. Now, I think everyone knows what is encryption and decryption, and also everyone knows what is VPN actually, how encrypt, how make it secure on the internet. Now we know how VPN actually make us secure. But how VPN actually make us accessible to use those websites which was blocked in our country. For example, if in our country there are multiple websites which was blocked, so what happened? If I just using a non-VPN, if I using like a Negro user, I'll just simply use on user device, I'll simply tap a website which is blocked, for example, block.com. And if I go to internet service provider, then it will go to the internet ISP and see ISP has a list which website was blocked in my country. So if ISP see that the particular website is blocked, it just simply revert by my request. It does not send it to the internet. So it just simply encrypt. It just simply what does it just simply block the request and send it again and say this website was blocked. You are not able to access it. But if I am using VPN, let me tell you again what is here happening. Suppose you are accessing a blog website. For example, I was accessing a blog website like blog.name or TikTok. So if I type here tiktok.com, it will go to the ISP, and ISP has a list which website was blocked by India. See, every state and every country has their own rules. In some specified state, there are some particular application was banned. At India level, at country level, there are multiple application and things was banned. So ISP has all the data which applications was banned, and ISP not allow you to access those applications. So what ISP does, ISP simply block that particular request. So if you're searching tiktok.com, it just go to there and see if tiktok.com was blocked, it just simply revert back your request and it will come to your device and say that you are not able to access it. But what happened when you access to a VPN? See, when you are going to a VPN, you open your phone or device. When you are going to the VPN application, for example, you are using any type of Fusion VPN, you just open VPN and you click on VPN. At that time, what happening? The VPN was connected. Now the request does not go to VPN. First, the request go to the internet service provider, then go to the VPN server, and then it go to the internet. So basically, what happening? The ISP is here now not able to see what type of message you are sending, because here it also encrypt the device. See, when you are connecting to the VPN, it will be unlocked, like the message was not encrypted. But when it connected to the VPN client, it just encrypted. So whatever message I am typing here, for example, I am typing here blog.com, it does not directly go to the ISP. First, it will go to the VPN client, then VPN client just encrypt that particular thing. So ISP is now not able to understand or know that what type of message I am transferring. Then from ISP, it will directly go to the VPN server, and from VPN server, it will go to the internet. And from internet, that blogweb.com content, whatever the content was in the blog.com website, was again get by the internet and then come to the VPN server. Then again, the VPN server simply encrypt the data again, and then it again go to ISP. And still ISP is not able to find it what type of thing I am searching. Then it again go to the VPN client, and after that it will come to my device. So this is how you are able to access blocked website on particular thing. But this does not make you completely secure on the internet. See, now you're thinking we are completely secure, but actually not. See, what happening when you are connected to a VPN, ISP has set some protocols or rules for every VPN provider. Means if ISP want to know what type of data you are searching on the internet, the VPN client need to give him the all type of data to the ISP. For example, I'm using a VPN name XYZ, and if I am searching anything using the VPN, and the ISP think I am doing something wrong, at that time ISP has the power to get all the information about me to the VPN. He just simply get all the information about me to the VPN. So VPN also does not protect us completely. It just makes us secure for a short period of time. I think everyone is able to understand what is VPN, how VPN works, and how VPN is able to access different websites and different things. Am I right? What is the use of encrypt and decrypt? See, encrypt and decrypt is used to make your message more secure. If you encrypt a password, then a normal hacker is not able to access that password, know that what you are sending. If you encrypt a hello word, it will convert into like 120 word combinations, and the hacker is now not able to understand what is this. So which uh, technique of encryption is using some? See, right now I think I'm using a basic technique. Just give me a time. I think this is using an advanced encryption standard AES. This is also known as Resnendel algorithm. There are many different algorithms like MD5, SD5. We use different type of encryption. Right now it was basically using AES. So there are different types of encryption. Use any type of encryption. I think everyone has clear about how VPN actually works, how it will save you on the internet, and how it will able give you access to how it will give you the access to access the block website which was available on the internet. Is everyone have cleared? Okay. Now see, but there's a problem. You see, when you are connected to VPN, your internet was slow. I think everyone knows this problem was also facing. So let me tell you this how your internet will also become slow. See, when you are connected to normal user, you are just go to user, then internet service provider, then internet. So this is like a simple way. But when you are connected to a VPN, you go to two different things. Or so first you go to user device, then the VPN client, then the internet service provider, then the VPN server, then the internet. So there are five different things you need to go to access something. So this is why your internet speed will become a little bit slower when you are using a VPN. So I think everyone is clear about how a VPN works and how these things are working. Now we go to a second topic, which is also known as proxy. So what is internet proxy and what is a proxy? See, internet proxy is same as VPN, but there is a difference. An internet proxy between you and a particular or say that website is just basically a third person which not able to specify that the website that you are accessing that particular website. For example, here you see when you are accessing internet for a website, you just click to a proxy. So proxy what this simply does, for example, here this is my laptop, and if I search google.com, the request directly does not go to the internet. First it will go to the proxy. Then the proxy server, what it will do? First, it does not encrypt your data. What it simply does, it sends the request to the internet. But now the internet does not know that you are sending the request. It know that the proxy is requesting that particular request. See, your laptop has an IP address. Also, the proxy server has an IP address. So when you are sending something from your laptop to the proxy server, what actually happens? Proxy server just change your IP address to its IP. For example, if your IP address is 1112, just open my own notepad. I'll just show you clear. Just open my notepad. See, if you are using a proxy server, see what happened. For example, this is your laptop, and if you are searching something on your laptop like google.com, what actually happens when you are searching google.com on laptop? Google.com was sending. So whatever you are searching, it will go like with your IP address. So there are two things goes on an internet. Whenever you are search something, there are two things goes on internet. First your IP address, and second whatever of request you are searching. So google.com, then my IP address, which is like for example 1.2.3.4. This is my like IP address. But when I am using a proxy server, which is between me, so what does proxy server basically do? It will just simply convert it. So the data packet was same, which is google.com, but the IP will now change. So now the IP will be the proxy IP. Maybe the proxy IP is 5.6.4.8. Now this thing was go to the internet. So now on internet, no one is able to know that I am the person who was accessing Google. It know that the proxy was using the Google. So when it will access that particular file, google.com or the ISP know that this particular IP address or this device is able to access that google.com. So now nobody knows that I am accessing that particular website. So it will simply go to the internet. When it will go to the internet, what happens? It will just simply fetch the data, then again come to the proxy server, and then proxy server see which type of data, which packets need request is the google.com. It see that the 1.2.3.4 request the google.com, so it just simply transfer the message, the data to me. So in proxy, the actual ISP does not know who is accessing your data. But in VPN, actually the ISP knows that you are accessing the data. But when you are connected to a proxy server, the you can say when you are connected to a proxy server, the ISP does not know that who is accessing the data. But there is a problem in proxy. Proxy does simply not encrypt your data. Also, proxy do all the things, do different things. Like proxy can also block the website. Proxy should be a hardware device. Proxy can also be a hardware device. For example, you set a proxy server in your house or in office, and you want in your office that youtube.com was not able to play, even if your college has proxy servers. In for example, if your college has a proxy server and the college does not want you to open YouTube on their system, they do not want you open Facebook on their system or Instagram their system. So what they simply do, they simply configure the in proxy server that instagram.com was blocked, youtube.com was blocked, you can say google.com was blocked, indeed.com blocked. They blocked all the websites or servers they don't want you to access. So when you are accessing that particular thing, the request go from you to the proxy, and proxy see that the particular thing was blocked in that particular organization. So it will just simply block the request and you are not able to access it. I think everyone has faced this issue once time when you are in college. There are multiple websites which was blocked, so you are not able to access that particular website. I think everyone has cleared about proxy. Does, does everyone has cleared about proxy? Can I get a quick response? No, firewall is not like this. Firewall is like giving you proxies, like just blocking, where firewall is used for monitoring packets, that a packet does not contain any type of virus. Firewall is like Satvik, firewall is basically see that a packet does not have any type of virus. Firewall does not block anything. Firewall just see if a packet does not have any type of virus. If the packet have any type of viruses, it just simply block that particular thing. If the packet is clear, it will not block. If the packet has some type of virus or it will cause some type of problem, then it will simply block. Okay. See, once again, I'm telling you. Let me just open this. See, when you are using a proxy server, I'm telling you again, for those who is not understanding, I'm just telling you again. For example, if you are using a proxy server on internet, what actually happening? When, for example, you are connected to your laptop, then there is a proxy server between you and then the internet will. So what happened actually here, when you send a request to the internet, for example, if I type my laptop like google.com, so what does actually happen? Just where is my notepad? I need to open my notepad. See here, I think this is, see, when I type google.com in my laptop, what actually happens? Just make it slower. See, when I type google.com in my system, for example, I type in this system google.com, it will send to the proxy. It will send to the proxy. Whenever you are searching anything on internet, there are two things goes to the internet. First is the data packet and second is the IP address. So now here the data pack contains the that I want to access google.com, and it will know that the destination is the 1234, means where it come from is like source, or it is the source is 1234. So now what does proxy simply do? Proxy simply remain the data type same, so it will remain the google.com same, but it will change the IP addresses. It will simply change the IP address 1234 from its IP address, which is 5648, which is be anything. A proxy server have any type of IP address which he have. So it will change your IP address to his IP address. Now this data packet was sent to the internet. When it will go to the internet, everyone knows that this IP address access google.com. Nobody knows that 1.2.3.4 access the internet. It's just simply like you have two persons who have same faces, like two twins, and I am have a twin. I have a twin, and I have exam tomorrow, and I am not feeling well, so I just send my twin to give that particular exam. So at that time, nobody knows that my twin will take the exam where I was in the house. So it was just like simply. So on internet, everybody knows that 565.6.4.8 access the proxy or access the google.com. So this is how proxy can hide your identity on the internet. Also, proxy can encrypt multiple things. For example, if you're searching google.com on internet, so in proxy, google.com was blocked. So when you're requesting google.com and in proxy server, it was specified that you need to block google.com. So when the request goes from you to the proxy server simply blocked the google.com and you are not able to access that particular website. See, every colleges have their proxy server, maybe, and some offices have also their proxy servers. So if a college has a proxy server and it will block youtube.com, so in college when you are connected to their Wi-Fi and you search youtube.com, you are not able to access that particular website because it was blocked in the proxy server. So it was simply because when you're requesting youtube.com, it will go to the proxy and the proxy server that see that youtube.com was blocked. So it will just simply not make you go to the internet. It will just revert you back. I think everyone has cleared about proxy and VPNs. Yeah, you if you are not if you want to see use, there is no any method. See, simply there is no any method to bypass proxy, but there are some methods which were we use to bypass proxy, like we use a VPN in our phone to access to bypass proxy. So basically VPN is you can use to bypass proxy. There are different methods you can use to bypass proxies. Now we are going to understand. See, now we have a difference between VPN and proxy. So VPN and proxy is what? See, VPN encrypt the whole internet connection. VPN will encrypt the whole internet connection. Remember, in VPN, whatever you are sending, total everything was encrypted. But in proxy, must be configured for each app. You need to configure for each particular application. For example, if you are using your Chrome, you need to configure encryption for Chrome. If you are using a BitTorrent, you need to configure for that. If you are using any type of application, you need to configure the proxy according to the app. So at that time it will simply encrypt, otherwise it does not encrypt your ID. Both changes your IP, has its own software. See, it has its own software, doesn't have its own software. It is simply a hardware device, so it does not have its own software. Encrypt the data, begin transfer. Encrypt the data from beginning of the transfer. When you are transferring the data, it just simply encrypt. It does not encrypt the data being transferred. It does not encrypt the data whichever is being transferred between two devices. Slower than proxy. It was slower than proxy because you see here it will be like this. It will like here you can see just imagine there are 5 devices connected to here. So basically the speed was slow, but here there are just 3 devices, so speed was also faster. So proxy is faster than VPN, most costly than proxy. VPN are mainly most costly, where proxy is just cheaper. Proxy is cheaper than VPNs, where VPNs is very costly. You use free VPNs, but if you go to purchase VPN, you see some VPNs cost $1,000 or $1,100 or $1,500 monthly. So this is what happening between VPN and proxy. Now everyone has able to understand what is VPN and what is proxy and what is the difference between VPN and proxy. Is everyone has clear? Yeah, it basically hides the identity of a user and also block different website according to the user. For example, if in my house I don't want my students or my say you can say my child to watch YouTube, I simply block youtube.com in the proxy server and my sons and child will not able to access youtube.com. So is there any chance to know the original IP before connecting to VPN? Yeah, why not? You just simply go to Google and search what is your IP, or you can just search simply see what is your IP in your phone. Then you connect it and see your IP was changed. Before going to connecting to a Google, just simply search on Google what is my IP before connecting to VPN. And when you connect it to VPN, search what is my IP. See, the both IP has changed. And if you search both IP on internet, you get one IP is from India and one IP is from another country. Is everyone else clear? Can we go move further? Can we go to the next topic? Okay, so now we are going to our next topic, which is basically protocols. So here we are I'm coming in network protocols. See what is protocols. This is a complicated thing, and you need to understand protocols because when we are performing ethical hacking, this thing always come. This thing always come and completely come because VPN, proxy, and network protocols. These things always come in ethical hacking. So you need to understand what is network, what is VPN, what is proxy, how they actually works, and what is protocol. See, If you want to transfer something from a place A to place B, just give me a quick open it. For example, if you want to transfer something from A to B, for example, if you want to transfer something from A to B, anything from A to B, you need different type of vectors. For example, if you're transporting a laptop, at that time you use a simple byte to transfer the laptop. Am I right? Because byte is sufficient to transfer a laptop between a destination from A to B. If you're transferring a TV, which is very bigger, then you need a bigger vehicle like a car or anything else. If you're transferring a bigger item like a bed or, for example, a car, you need a bigger truck like bus or truck to transfer that particular thing. So see, every time when you are transferring something, we need some type of transportation medium. So if we are transporting laptop, we need bike. If we need to transfer TV, we need car. If you need to transfer bed or car, we need bus or truck. But can this happen if I need to transfer laptop? Can it will be transferred from bus and truck? Yeah, it will also transfer from bus and truck, but it will be not good because it will take too much resources to transfer a small object. If I want to transfer a TV, does it transfer from bike? No, because TV is very big. In bike, it was not able to transfer. And if I want to transfer a bed or a car, it is able to transfer from bike? No, this is not able to transfer from the bike because the bike is very small. See, here you see, whenever you want to transport something, we need something to a transporting medium, and the transporting medium is compatible for transferring that particular thing. Now, network protocol is simple like this. In internet, we also transfer different things, like we transfer messages, like we transfer videos, like we transfer, you can say, hypertext transfer protocols, HTTP websites. We transfer different things on internet. We try to transfer different type of data, and these all the data need different type of protocols to transfer from one place to different place. Here, just understand like this laptop, this TV, bed or car is data, and this bike, car, bus, truck is like the protocols. So whenever you are transferring any type of data, you need any type of protocols. And remember, for specific data, there are specific protocols. Like you don't need to transfer laptop from bus and trucks, and you don't able to transfer bed or car from bike. So laptop, TV, bed or car are the data items, where bike, car, bus, truck are the protocols. Here, in network, whenever you are transferring a data from one computer to another computer, you need protocols. And simply, protocols are a set of rules that governs the communication between computer on a network. These rules include guidelines that regulate the following characteristic of a network: access, method, allowed physical topology, type of cabling, speed, or data transfer. Simply, network protocol is a simple set of rules which allow you to transfer data from one computer to another computer. So this is a simpler difference between network protocol. I think everyone is able to understand what is network protocol. What is protocol? I think everyone is able to understand a certain rule and regulation. Can I get a quick response? Is everyone able to understand what is protocol? See, this is important thing because you need to understand what is protocol, because when we are performing ethical hacking, at that time, if you don't know what is protocol, how actually this is happening, you are having too much trouble during ethical hacking. Okay, I think everyone is clear about, so just go to the next topic. Okay. So now I think everyone has about know network protocols. See, there are some tips of network protocols, like network protocol include mechanism for device to identify and make connection with each other. For example, network protocols, it simply says that it is a functionality, or you can say an advantage or an possible chances, so it can identify which from which device it need to be connected. Just understand like this: if you are transferring, if you are going from a bus, the bus will always stop at bus station. It does not stop at railway station. If you are going from a train, the train will stop at railway station. It does not stop at bus station. If you are transporting something from airplane, the airplane will stop at airport, not at the bus station or railway station. This is simply when you are transferring a data from one place to another place, it will go according to that particular place, according to the data item where it will go. If you're transferring from laptop A to laptop B, the data will always go from laptop A to B. It does not go from laptop A to C. This is what we say. Network protocol include mechanisms for devices to identify and make connection with each other. Some protocols also support message acknowledgement and data compression designed for reliable and or high performance network communication. Some protocols, it simply say there are different protocols which you use on internet. There are some protocols which was used for transferring messages, transferring data, or some protocol used for transferring video conferencing and different other things. Hundreds of different computer networks protocols have been developed, each designed for a specific purpose and environment. As it simply says, we have different protocols according to our use. So if we need to transfer video conferencing, we use different type of protocols. Right now, we are transferring video conference, so we use UDP protocol. If we are transferring some type of messages, we use TCP protocols. If we are transferring website, at that time we use HTTP protocols. If I want to transfer files between two computers, I will use FTP protocols. So there are different protocols which we use for transferring data from one place to another place according to our understanding or need. So whatever we are needing, we use that particular protocol for transferring that particular information. See, here there are some basic types of protocols. There are multiple protocols, but here are the most common and basic types of protocols. The first is the Internet Protocol or IP family contains the several most widely used network protocols. These protocols are the most widely protocol used. The first is the Transfer Control Protocol or the TCP. What is actually TCP and what is Transfer Control Protocol? First, let's just see the diagram, then we see how what is TCP, and then we see the definition. See, TCP protocol is a protocol which was used for transferring data from one computer to another computer. And how does it happen? See, TCP protocol was basically used for transferring message between a computer to another computer or from a server to a computer. So basically what happening, suppose you are downloading a file from a computer from a server, you are downloading a movie, and if the movie was sometime missed some data, the TCP does not allow the data was coming to your phone. If it just simply missed some type of data, your download was automatically stopped. Sometimes you also face this issue. Sometimes you see when you are downloading something and your internet was disconnected, and after some time when you again connect to the internet, the file was failed because at that time there was some data was missing, and TCP does not allow missing data packets. So it will just simply block the downloading and it will start it again. So TCP is basically a connection, or you can say a protocol, which is used to transfer data from servers to computer by using complete transfer. It does not allow, you can say, dropping of data or missing of data. It wants complete data. And how actually a TCP makes this connection, and how actually TCP do this? See, TCP simply do a three-way handshake, a three-way TCP handshake. TCP needs a three-way handshake to simply communicate from client to server. So what happens? Suppose you are a client like this. This is a host. Here you can say host or client. It will be simply your laptop or phone. So client first send a synchronization message that we want some type of data. For example, I want to search on Google that I want some type of data, like I want to download a movie. It will go to the server that I want some type of data. Then the server is response me. It just give me a synchronization plus acknowledgement package. It just say that I acknowledge your messages, that I receive your message, whatever you are saying. Then again, when the acknowledgement message comes to me, I'll again send an acknowledgement message that yeah, now I'm able to access your messages. And when this acknowledgement will go, the communication will start simply. Just understand by a communication way. For example, if you and your friend were to start talking, first you need to say hello to your friend. Suppose this thing was like hello. You say hello to your friend. Suppose this client was you and the server was your friend. On the client, if you need to make a communication between two friends, first of all, what you say to, for like example, as saying you say hello to your friend. Now, if your friend does not respond to hello, the communication will never start it. So now your friend responds to hello. Hello, if you send hello, he said hello, how are you? So first he sent also hello, that he also sent yeah. He also need to communicate, so he will send a hello. This is known as sing. The second thing, act. He will also respond what type of message you are sending, means acknowledgement. How are you? You will get this message, and now you also acknowledge that particular message, and the communication start. See, client server model. The three-way handshake is basically a communication model, a basic communication model between two friends. Like first you need to say hello, then then whatever your friend is just respond to you, then you respond, and the connection or the communication will start between them. It is just simply like this. Here, the client tells that I want to synchronize with you, or I want to start a messaging. It will go to the server. The server just simply synchronize and respond with acknowledgement, and after you just acknowledge. And this is how the connection was completed, and now we are able to access that particular data. Now the server transmit any type of data to me from a very good way. Also, TCP is a little bit slow because it will make a full connection. Now come to the application. I think everyone know what is TCP, how TCP connect to internet, and how it will transfer data. Does everyone have any problem? Does anyone have any problem? Can I get what is the problem? Certain rule and regulation. No, please tell slowly. Uh, Venkata, Sabri, just tell me you again. I think you are not able to understand. Just tell me again, once again. Okay, I will tell you once again. Just give me time. See, TCP three-way handshake is basically a connection between a computer and a server. See, here this is a client and this is a server. This client may be a computer or maybe a phone. It is anything. Now, the server is a place where the data was stored, and the client want to access that data. So how will it will access? How it will make the communication? So first, the client send a synchronization message that I want to access some type of data to the server. This message was sent to the server. If the server was down, then it will not send this two messages, and it will just go here, and the communication was never built. But if the server was on, it will send a message like this: synchronization plus acknowledgement. It will say, yes, I am available, I can transfer your data, and it will again go to the client. Now again the client say acknowledgement, means it wants to transfer data. So basically it will perform a three-way handshake. This is known as a three-way handshake. First, the client just say I want to synchronize with the server, then the server also synchronize with the client, so it will just send a synchronization plus acknowledgement package that it also want to synchronize. And the acknowledgement package means that it will accept your request. It will accept the first request which you send. After, when it comes to the client, it will send the acknowledgement packet that I will receive your package or acknowledgement package, and after that it will be able to transfer data. It will just simply like the communication between two friends. For example, if there was two friends, for example, friend 1 and friend 2, and friend 1 and 2 want to start a communication. At that time, friend 1 just simply say hello, and friend 2 at that time need to respond. If friend 2 does not respond, the communication will never start. So friend 2 if respond hello, how are you, friend 2 do two things. First, he also want to start a communication, so friend 2 also send a synchronization packet. Also he responds what you say in the first way. So if you said hello, he said how are you, so it will also come to you, and you realize that he also want to communication, and he also respond what the message you are sending. After that you start talking to him, and the communication will start. This is how a TCP makes a communication from a laptop or a phone to a server and give us your opportunity or make you able to transfer data. I think everyone is now clear about how TCP simply transfer data from a server to a device. Does everyone has cleared? It is like buying stuff from shop, right? Or you can say that. Just basically understand TCP is like a transfer control protocol which is used for transferring messages, transferring data from one computer to server, from server to computer. And it needs three-way handshake. Now, I think everyone has clear about TCP. Just see the definition. What does TCP say? So see, on the internet, many other networks, IP is often used together with transfer control protocol. TCP was used with many IP and other protocols and referred as interchangeably as TCP IP. Or it was also say as TCP and IP. However, TCP IP has become standard terminology to refer at either both of the protocols. You can see TCP or IP, it is both known as same. The TCP/IP refers to a network communication where the TCP transport is used to deliver data across IP networks. It simply says that the TCP/IP protocol is simply used for transfer data across all the IP networks or the Internet Protocol networks. TCP/IP is the main protocol of the Internet. See, remember, TCP and IP is the main protocol. It is one of the most important and main protocol in the Internet. Popular also for intranet using the Internet. It is also widely used on many organizations' network due to flexibility and wide array of functionality provided. Also, it enables computers to exchange data with each other in a meaningful, organized, and efficient way. See, whatever here is was saying that TCP is basically one of the most important protocol which was currently used on internet. Also, it will give you the most efficient way to transfer data from one place to another place. Also, TCP does not allow you to drop the data packets. For example, if server was sending a file of 10 GB and somehow there was a missing of 5 GB was transferring. For example, if there was a connection was built and server was sending out 10 GB of files. After 6 GB, there is some time of internet disruption which caused servers sending of 5 MB or 10 MB files, not send the 5 MB, 10 MB files. At that time, the TCP model say that we don't want this file, now you need to send it from the start. So here you get all your files, you don't get missing files. So this is what actually happening. So whatever you are downloading on internet, whatever you are sending on internet, it will use the TCP protocol. Remember, if you're downloading anything from any website, for example any movie or any YouTube videos, it will use the TCP protocol. That's why all of the packets, all that particular thing will come to at your place. And TCP protocol is a little bit slower. I think everyone has cleared about TCP protocol. Does I get a quick response? Does everyone has clear about TCP protocol? Are you sure? Okay. Now we move to the next topic, which is UDP protocol. Now, what is TCP? We understand. Now, the second thing, what is UDP protocol? See, UDP protocol is basically known as User Datagram Protocol. UDP is the main alternative to TCP and one of the oldest network protocol in existence. See, UDP is also a protocol. It is also an alternative of TCP, and it is also one of the oldest protocol which was used by the internet. UDP is often used in video conferencing. See, every protocol in the starting, when I'm telling you about protocol, I will say you that every protocol has some specific type of work. TCP is used for transferring data from server to laptop, where UDP is basically used for conferencing or game applications or real-time performance. So UDP is the protocol which was used by the real applications. UDP allow individual packets to be dropped with no retreat and UDP packets to be received in a different order than we are sent as dictated by the application. This line simply say, if I was transferring a package from one place to another place, just give me the, see here. If it was a UDP protocol, I will, for example, I will now connect it to internet. So if the server sending a packet, and if it was 10 GB of packet, if it was 10 GB of packet, and somehow it will drop 5 or 10 MB, the system does not stop or fail the particular thing. It will continuously getting that packages. So in UDP protocol, if the system, if the server make losses of data packets, it will does not affect the transferring of the file. The file will still coming to my place. This will sometimes lead us to missed data items, and this is basically used in video conferencing. See, sometimes when you are doing video calls, you see the network was lagging. Some at that point you are not able to see that particular person faces. This is why this is happening, because here we are using UDP protocol, because UDP protocol was continuously sending the data packets, and it was done in real line, so real time. That's why this is happening. Everyone has a question, if this was happening, why don't we use TCP protocol rather than UDP protocol on video conferencing? Everyone has a question on mind. If UDP protocol just dropping the packets, why don't we use the TCP protocol? See, TCP protocol is used for transferring data from the server to a laptop which was stored on the server. But UDP was used for transferring real-time data from one application to another application. So if you are using a video call, it was transferred at real time. So if it was happening that in real time, if you are storing the data, it will does not go to the particular person at real time. It will take too much time. That's why we use UDP protocol. For example, if we use TCP protocol at here right now, where we are conferencing through video call, my messages will send to you at after very long period of time, which does not make this class live. Right now we are using UDP protocol. So sometimes you listen my voice very fast, sometimes you listen my voice very slow. This is because UDP packets sometimes drop some packets, but the system does not allow to cancel the whole process and start it from again. It will just simply do it. If you lost data, it does not make any difference. It will just simply going all the way. So in UDP protocol, if a packet was dropped, it doesn't matter. So UDP protocol is basically use two-way handshakes. I think where TCP protocol use the three-way handshake, UDP protocol use the two-way handshake. The first is request and the second is response. First, the server is request to the client or device that we want to connection. The client just simply responds that yeah, we are able to conference it, and the connection was start. Like in video calls, you see, you just simply call to someone and someone put your call, and the connection was started. And when we are start talking, sometime you see due to network problems, you can't see the other person's face. Sometimes the face was blurry. Sometimes you can't hear his voice clearly. This is because at that moment, because due to some network problems, there are many packets which was dropped, and that's why this was happening. So this was actually happening on UDP. So due to this, UDP does not make it give you the proper data item. Sometimes the data item missing, sometimes the data item was not missing. Also, there's one another example when you are watching cricket live, you see sometimes what happens. You are not able to see at the moment. Sometimes the ball was blurry, sometimes the screen was cracked, sometimes it will say network problem, and after it was okay. It was because UDP protocol. So UDP protocol sending you data continuously, and if you are sending data continuously, it may be a chance that there was some time the data was dropped at particular some places. That's why we see lagging on video calls, conference, or real-time applications by playing real-time games. This is actually that's why happening. I think everyone has clear about TCP and UDP. See, TCP is a connection oriented problem. Oriented protocol means it will make a first connection and then start transferring data. Where UDP is connection. It just say that you want to get the data. The device say yes I want, and it will start transferring the data. So I think everyone has cleared about TCP and UDP. Does anyone have any doubts about UDP protocol? How we can see, we have no any chances to solve the UDP problem, because UDP problem is basically used for transferring live data. Right now you see we are making a video conferences. So if we are using TCP protocol here, it will make us very critical, because if you are using TCP, the first of all the video was completely stored at the server after ending, and after ending it will get to you. But in UDP we transfer the video conferencing on real time. See, if you want to solve the UDP problem, you make the connection very good. You need the make the bandwidth of internet very good. So the internet connection was very good. If you follow these things, at that time you may solve the UDP problem. No, sir. Aryan, I think what you are saying, I don't understand. Does anyone have any doubt about TCP or UDP? Can I get a quick response in the chat box? Does anyone have any doubt about TCP and UDP? Ayush, Garat. Ayush, what is your doubt? Can I know what is your doubt? No. Does anyone have else any doubt in TCP or UDP, or should I next to go to the next topic? Should we go to the next topic? Okay. Can we use TCP and UDP in this? No. See, what I'm saying, just give me, you do not want to transfer laptop from a ship. You don't need to transfer a laptop from a truck, because laptop is a very small thing. If you transfer laptop from a ship or a car or a bus, it will take too much resource just to transfer a simple thing. So we do not interchangeably use these things. Everything was made for every other things. UDP is made for video conferencing, real-time application, where TCP is made for transferring data which was stored on server. One word to UDP. See, TCP does not actually TCP transfer the stores data. It does not transfer the real-time application data. TCP transfer you the stored data. TCP transfer you the data which was stored in the particular, you can say, servers. This is happening, real happening. If you want to understand this, you need to understand about packet transmission. You need to understand about packet transmission, how packets were actually transmitted from one place to another places. Okay, I think now we are going to a little difference between TCP and UDP protocol. See, here we get a little difference between TCP and UDP protocol. What is actually TCP and UDP protocol? See, What is TCP? TCP is reliable because it does not drop the data package and you will get all the data, where UDP is unreliable because it will drop data packages and sometimes it will also make loads of data. That's why we prefer TCP over UDP. But in different scenarios, if we are watching live conferencing, at that time UDP is the most efficient way. Second thing, TCP is connection oriented, means it makes a complete connection, where UDP is a connection led. It does not make a complete connection from one device to another device, where TCP make a complete connection from one device to another device. See, segmentary transmission and flow control through windowing, no windowing or retransmission. Basically, it was saying that if a data packet was somehow dropped, it will simply get it through windowing, where in UDP it was not officially. Segment sequencing, here we get segment sequencing, here we don't get segment no sequencing. Segment sequencing is basically sequencing the data packets which was coming from the server. In TCP, every segment was sequenced, where in UDP, every segment was not sequenced. In TCP, acknowledgement segment was happening, means the connection was making a three-way handshake, so we get the acknowledgement. But in UDP, we don't get any acknowledgement, so it will simply say no acknowledgements. So this is the basic difference of between TCP and UDP. This PDF will also you will get on your LMS module. It will also uploaded there, so you can also pause it and read it in brief. Now we have another protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. I think everyone know about hypertext transfer protocol. Does anyone have know about HTTP protocol? How many of you know about HTTP protocol? How many know you? I want to ask a question. How many of you know about HTTP protocols? Okay. See, there are two protocols I think everyone will know about. One is HTTP and one is HTTPS. The first is hypertext transfer protocol. So what is basically hypertext transfer protocol? See, hypertext transfer protocol is basically used by the web browsers and server to communicate. See, HTTP protocols is used for web browsers and the servers to communicate. For example, right now I am using a particular laptop in which I open a website, I open a web browser, Chrome. Right now I'm in a web browser. If I want to search something, for example, I want to open a website. For example, I want to open website XLR. So I'll just simply go and type on Google on XLR, and if I enter here, see, when I enter here, I'll get this type of response. So what is this actually? If I right clear here and click on here inspect, see what I will get. I'll get this type of text. You see, I'll get this type of text. And what is this? This is a hypertext transfer. I think everyone understand this. This is hyper. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. There is a problem. Okay. See, when I am searching here, you can see we get this type of thing. This is a hypertext. I think everyone know about HTML. This is a HTML text. This is a HTML framework text, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is web development. So we get this type of program, and our browser just simply what it does, it just simply you can say decrypt it or make it compile it. You can say it compile it and show us like this. I think everyone use HTML for web development. When we are using HTML, just simply what happened, we just create type in thing, we create a code in HTML for a web page. For example, if I go to here XLR website, you can see right now we are on XLR website. See, this is a website. This website was created in HTML and CSS. And how do you know a website was created in HTML? Just click on right here and you see it was created in HTML, CSS and use different protocols. So here we see it uses different protocols and different codes. Here we can say it was HTML, it was encoded in HTML. Here we say division clause and different things. Here we say paragraph tag, header tag, and different things. So this website was completely created in HTML. So our browser what does? Whenever our browser get HTML code, it will just completely interconnect, you can say convert it or compile the code and make this web page looking. So whenever we store this code on database, so now I think you do just give me a second. I'll just show you another thing. After that, I think you are able to just give me the images. That's what it is. Just see this image here. Suppose that this is you. This is the proxy. This is the server. Just don't mind it here about proxy. Just suppose here you are. Here right now I am searching on my Google laptop onlinexlr.com. And if I search onlinexlr.com in my laptop right now, I'm searching onlinexlr.com. It will go to the internet, it will get to the server, then it will go to the database, and it will get the XLR file. So it does not get this website, it does not get this particular website. It will get this pages, this codes, it will get that code, it will get this code. Remember, it does not get this whole website, it will get the pages. The thing which was stored in the server was this code, not this pages, not this thing. This was not stored. The thing which was stored on the server was this code. So the code was stored on the particular server. So internet will get the code, then come to the proxy, then come to me or my browser. And my browser simply just converted or compiled that code in that particular website. So HTTP protocol was basically used by the web browsers to get website, to get, you can say, the images or information from a network. Just here you see where it was. See, HTTP protocol is basically used for the web browsers and the servers to communicate, where the server sends the code which was written in the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and different web framework. And when it will get the code from the server, it will just simply come to the browsers, and the browsers simply convert that particular code and make our website look like that. So HTTP protocol was basically used by the web browsers. So I think everyone know about why who uses the HTTP protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol was used by the web browsers and the servers to communicate, where the web browser access the code which was stored in the servers. It will come to your laptop, and then it was just simply transmitted, or you can say compiled, into a website. The definition of HTTP is a technical specification of a network protocol that software must implement. Simply, the HTTP protocol is basically used for transferring the data from the servers to the browsers, where it is simply converted. HTTP is an application layer network protocol built on top of TCP. See, there are different OSI models. There are different layers in our OSI model. There are 7 layers. There is one layer is application layer, and HTTP is an application layer network protocol. See, why HTTP is application layer network protocol? Because right now you see we are using HTTP in a browser, and browser is our application. That's why it was an application layer protocol. So HTTP is a basically application layer protocol. HTTP client, see, HTTP has two things such as client, such as web browser, and server communicate via HTTP request and response. HTTP has two things, one is the client and the second is the server. Client may be your web browser, and the server which stores the data. There are three things in a HTTP. There are three main type of message in a HTTP. I think everyone know about get, post, and head. Does anyone don't know any about get, post, and head? Sir, have we checked the vulnerability of a website? Yeah, we checked. So explain about DHCP protocol. Okay, just give me a second. After that, I will explain your DHCP protocol. What is that, sir? See, I'm telling you about all these things. See, here you can see we have four things. First is get, post, and head. See, these three are the common, you can say, messaging request, messaging types, which is used by your website to access or send messages. For example, get message was basically used by transferring messages. Post message was basically used by receiving the messages. You see in a website there are two different things. Let me just show you. For example, if I open here online XLR, just see here. And right now I think you are able to see my screen. See, if I type something here, for example, if I type something here on the message, so it will send like this message to everyone else. So it was using a messaging type of protocol. It was using get. If you are sending something, just give me a second. I think there is a problem. Just Is my voice clear to all of you? Is my voice clear to all of you? Okay, see. Uh, what we are talking, just come back to again yet. See, we have three things or three type of messaging techniques we use or methods used in a hypertext transfer protocol. The first is get, the second is post, and third is head. See, get, post, and head, these three are basically used for transferring message on a website. Where get and post are basically used for getting messages or transferring messages from a website. Where head also used for getting data from a particular website. But just suppose, just give me time. I'll open my notepad. Here you can see, if I have a website, for example, if I have a suppose document in server stored name file.png. So if I using the get and post method, I will get the whole file or the whole document. But if I am using the head method to get this, I'll get only the file information. Means I will get only the file name. I'll get only the file information. I don't get whole thing. I'll just get the file name. And if I using the get and post method, I'll get the whole file. This is the basic difference between head, get, post method. So get and post method was basically used for retrieving files on a HTTP protocol, where head is basically used for retrieving file document name on a particular from a server on a web page. I think everyone is clear about hypertext transfer protocol. Now we go to the second protocol, which is file transfer protocol or FTP. See, FTP allow you to transfer file between two computers on the internet. So file transfer protocol was basically available in every computer. See, the first protocol is basically once again I'm going to up. We can see TCP protocol is used for transferring data from server to particular laptops or device, where UDP protocol is used for transferring data on real time like video conferencing. After we have the HTTP protocol, which was a protocol used by the web browsers to get data from the servers. Now we have the FTP protocol, which was used by two laptops to transfer data from each other. It will be laptop, it will be phones, it will be any computer to transfer data between them. FTP is simple network protocol based on Internet Protocol and also a term used when referring to the process of copying file when using FTP technology. It simply say when you are using FTP protocol, it simply say we are copying because we are just simply transferring data from one computer to another computer. Also, FTP protocol is one of the most easiest protocol to understand. See, FTP supports two types of data transfer. What does it mean? See, if you have a bike, you are only able to transfer the things which are capable of transferring on the bike. You are not able to transfer a whole car on that particular bike. You are not able to transfer a bed on the particular bike because the size of the bed and other things was very big. But if you want to transfer a laptop, you are able to transfer it. If you want to transfer a gas, you are able to transfer it. If you want to transfer a luggage on a bike, you are able to transfer. Simply, in FTP protocol, it was just able to transfer two types of data. The first thing is the plain text, or you can say the ASCII, and the second thing is the binary values like zeros and ones. So in FTP protocols, you only transfer two things. First is a simple text like ASCII, and the second thing is binary. Uh, See, sometimes we get a common error using the file transfer protocol. And what is it? See, when you are using a file transfer protocol, a binary form file, suppose that if you are using a binary file, suppose if you are transferring anything like music or video, it will go in binary file. So if you are transferring a binary file such a program or music file, well, in text mode, causing the transferred file to be unusable, it will be not used. If you're transferring a music file or program file in text mode, it will be not used by. So this is a common problem if you're transferring any type of file like music file or program file in text mode. Remember, in text mode, if you're transferring in text mode, if you don't transfer in text mode, it will be usable. But if you will transfer in text mode, it is not usable. It is more understanding if you perform a practical on the Cisco packet tracer. I will try to perform this practical in the next few classes so you can understand how this is happening. Simply it says that if you transfer a file using in text mode, it was not able to use. If you transfer a binary file in text mode, it will be not usable. If you are transferring the binary file not in text mode, you use that particular file. So I think everyone has cleared about file transfer protocol. Does anyone have any doubts? Sir, what are the main difference between TCP, HTTP, and UDP? See the basic, sir, your notepad. Actually, I'm not opening my notepad right now. Is my screen visible to all of you right now? Do you able to see the PDF? Is everyone able to see that particular PDF? Okay. So what are the main difference between TCP, HTTP, and UDP? See, the TCP is basically used for transferring data from a server to a device, where TCP transfer the data which was stored on server, where HTTP used for transferring data from a server to a web browser. Remember, HTTP used for transferring data from web browser. It transfer data from the web browser. Also, HTTP only transfer the data which was in hypertext transfer protocol, which was in hypertext languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, web page application. It just simply transfer the web applications from the server to the browser. And UDP is used to transfer real-time data like cricket live streaming, like live game streaming, and other things. Give some examples. So TCP, the basic example of TCP is like downloading a file, downloading a movie from a website. So when you are downloading a movie, the movie was actually stored on server. It was not on live. You just simply download a movie from a server. So this server send you a file which was stored at their place. But when you are using UDP protocol, see, for UDP the example is like watching a cricket live match or doing a video conference. So when you are watching a cricket live match or doing a video conference, at that time, the data you will get is a real-time data. So at that time, we are using UDP protocol. File transfer protocol is basically transferring the data from one computer to another computer. In FTP, we don't have server. We just simply transfer the data from one computer to two computer, like transferring message on WhatsApp. Anything in live, yeah, anything in live used by the UDP. Anything you are doing live is justly used by the UDP. Right now we are also using UDP protocol because right now we are doing a chat or we are doing online classes, so everything was done on UDP protocol. I think everyone has clear about UDP, TCP, FTP, and HTTP. Does anyone have any doubt about these four protocols? Please ask it. Does anyone have any doubt about UDP, TCP, FTP, and HTTP? Okay, now we go to the next thing. Just give me a second. See, now we have another thing. File transfer. I think this was printed two times. The next thing is Ethernet protocol. Remember in the previous class, what I'm telling you, LAN. I will tell you about LAN. How many of you remember about LAN? What I tell you that if you created a LAN, a local area network in an organization of a 50 computers, you are able to transfer the data between the 50 computers without using internet. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? How many of you remember? In yesterday class, when I tell you about LAN, I will tell you that if you have an organization and you want to create a LAN of 50 computers, then you created a LAN of 50 computers. At that time, you are able to transfer the data between the 50 computers without using internet. See, how does it actually happening? Because in the starting, what I tell you that whenever you want to transfer data on internet, you need protocols. So also LAN requires some type of protocol to transfer data. So LAN uses the Ethernet protocol. The Ethernet protocol is one of the most fastest secure protocol on internet. See why? See, suppose I have a school in my college. I'm what I'm saying. Suppose I have a school and I have 50 to 60 computers in my school, and I want to create a LAN. For those who don't understand why we need LAN, suppose if a school has an authority like a principal, like a director, and he want to see computers, so he does not go to every single computer to go to the library to see the library details on a computer, to go to the lab computers to see the lab details. He want to access all that particular thing from his own computer. So he just basically call a LAN creator or a network administrator. So he come and he create a LAN for him, local area network. He just simply connect all the computers which was available in the particular school from a LAN cable. After that particular thing, what happening actual? See, when all the computers was connected to LAN, they needed a protocol to transfer the data. Without the protocol, they're not able to transfer the data. Remember, in yesterday class, what I say, if you have a LAN, you are able to transfer data in the whole class, in the whole, sorry, in the whole computers. So at that time, we are using the Ethernet protocol. So Ethernet protocol is one of the most fastest protocol. Why? Suppose I have just give you another view. See, if I am using TCP protocol, see, if I am using TCP protocol from a server, suppose I am downloading a movie, recent popular movie like Captain America and the Civil War, like this movie. Suppose there are thousands of people are available and downloading the same files. Am I right? Am I right? Everyone is downloading the same files. Is it right? I will play it again. Just right now I'm telling you the this thing. After I will just open you the 17th slide again. Just see if a movie was just uploaded on a server, like a new latest movie on a server like Captain America and the Brave Soldier, and I want to download that particular movie. At the time, I am not the alone person who is downloading that particular file. There are, I think, millions of people who are still downloading that particular file. So it will make the server speed slow. But if I am using Ethernet protocol, in Ethernet protocol, if I have a LAN, I have created a LAN with 50 computers. So there was only 50 computers in that particular network. And if I want to download a file from a computer 49 to computer 1, it will be always the speed will be fastest because there was no any disturbance, there was no any noise, there was no any traffic. So the data transfer between this is very high. As you can see here, Ethernet protocol allow for linear bus, star, or tree topology. Data can be transferred over wireless access point, twisted pair oxel, twisted pair cables, oxel cables, coaxial, or fiber optics cable at a speed of 10 Mbps to 1000 Mbps. Just remember, a basic LAN can transfer data up to 400 to 500 ps. If I have a LAN of 50 computers, at that time I'm able to transfer data in more than 250 to 200 Mbps at an average speed of transferring data. So a normal LAN can also give you a 250 to 300 Mbps of transferring data. But remember, this 250 Mbps to 3 Mbps of data transfer was only between the 50 computers, not outside the computer. It was just internally the computers for the only 50 computers. On these 50 computers, you can perform 300 ps, 400 Mbps, or 500 Mbps. But outside the computer, this speed was not used because it was only used in the particular LAN. So I think everyone has cleared about Ethernet protocol. Does anyone have any doubts? Sir, can you please replay the 17th slide? UDP. So UDP is basically known as User Datagram Protocol. It was used for live streaming platforms to transfer data like cricket live matches, like video conferencing, switch or it if multiple devices in limiting area. Rajkumar, what you are saying, I'm not having. Switch or hubs. See, switch and hubs are network devices which are used to connect multiple internet devices together. Switch and hub are basically internet devices which was used to manage multiple internet in a LAN. You can say switch and hubs are network devices which was used to manage multiple computers or devices which were connected to a router in a particular LAN network. Can you please replay the 17th slide once again? The 17th slide, just me replay it for you. 17th slide. The FTP protocol. This actually you will all get this particular PDF in your LMS section. So you just open it to your LMS section and you are able to get this PDF. Does anyone have any question about these things? Do you guys have? I have a 5-minute break. Do you have any question about this? Just give me switch or hub. Switch hub, I think I will tell you again. Switch and hubs are basically network device which was used for managing internet in a particular LAN. Switch and hub have different things. Switch was used for connecting devices, where hub is also used for connecting devices, but they have different works. When we go brief in networks, at that time we need to understand switch and hubs. For ethical hacking, we need the most important thing is the VPN, how actually VPN works, how the proxy works, how these protocols actually works, how they actually transfer data, these type of things. What is the difference between hub and switch? Sir, can you say about FTP once again? See, FTP is basically a file transfer protocol which was basically used for transferring data between two computers. See, FTP and you can see FTP and Ethernet protocol is not different, where FTP is used for transferring file on computer between two computers, and it will work on internet. So if you have computer, if your computer has internet access, and if some person also have a computer internet access, they can transfer data using FTP, where Ethernet protocol is also used to transfer data between two computers but within a LAN. In Ethernet, you can transfer the data between computers within a local area network, where FTP is used to transfer data between all over the internet. So those transfer network, you can say data on computers, but FTP transfer over internet, where Ethernet transfer only between you say that the LAN, only on the LAN. I think everyone has cleared about FTP and sir, where can I get the notes? You can get the notes in the LMS section. Sir, what is hub is transferred to all connection? Hub is transferred to all connections PC. Just give me what is the role of Ether? What is the role of see Ethernet protocol? It is a simply protocol. In the starting, what I am telling you, if you need to transfer something, I think you not remember. If you just give me a second, I will tell you again. See, here you can see, just give me a second, I will just make it bigger. I think everyone is able to see the screen. See, understand like this, the right hand side is the data item and the left hand side is the protocol things. See, if you want to transfer something from A to B, suppose A to B, you need something. Suppose this is like vehicle, the data item which you need to transfer, and this is like the medium, you can say the medium which from which you transfer the data. And this is like the medium, or you can say protocol. In networks, we can simply say protocol. Here it will be medium. In real life, it will be medium. In protocol, in real life, we can say some stuff. You just simply say some stuff. Just make the screen bigger. You can say simply say stuff. If you in real life, if you want to transfer or share some steps from location A to location B, they are supposed that three steps. First is laptop, second is TV, third is bed. So if you want to transfer a laptop, you need a bike. If you want to transfer the laptop, you can also use a car, you can also use a truck. But if you are using a car or truck to transfer a laptop, it will cost too much resource to unwanted users. So we don't use the car and truck, we just simply use a bike. As similar, if you want to transfer the TV, you can also use the car and truck. But if you use the truck, it will be cost to take too much resources just to transfer a single TV. And if you also not able to transfer the TV from bike because the bike is small and the TV is big. In the third, you have a bed. If you want to transfer the bed from location A to location B, you transfer it from truck. You don't use the car because in the car you don't able to fit the bed, and also bike you are not able to fit the bed. So see here, what I am telling you, for everything, every step, you need different types of medium, different types of transporting medium. This is same as in internet. Whenever you are transferring data, there are different type of data, like real-time data, stored data, maybe some type of program. There are program data, there are binary data. So for every data, we have different protocols. Like Ethernet is also a protocol which was used by the internet. So Ethernet is basically a protocol which was used by the LAN to transfer data from one place to another place. I think now you are clear about what is Ethernet. Not sharing screen? Are you not able to see my screen? Is my screen visible to all of you or not? No, sir. Just give me a second. Just stop sharing. I think why this isn't happening. Is right now my screen visible to all of you? Right now, is it visible or not? Can I get a quick response? Is my screen visible to all of you? Okay. No, sir. Gagan Shri, I think you try to see. I think your network has some problem because my screen is visible. Sir, how we choosing protocol without doing manually? See, protocol was choose by default by an application. An application has already said which protocol it was using. For example, WhatsApp had already said that for messaging it uses TCP protocol. For UDP, for video conferencing, it uses UDP protocol. For transferring file, it uses FTP protocol. So it was already mentioned. You have not know the options to choose the protocol. If you create your own application, at that time you are able to choose the protocol. So is downloading an APK from Play Store using UDP. See, you are using the TCP protocol, not FTP, because you are downloading a particular file from a server, not from a computer. Because everything which was stored on Google Play Store was on a server. So if you are downloading an APK file from Google Play Store, you are using the TCP protocol because Google Play store all the application on a particular Google server, and when you are installing particular thing, you are installing from the particular server. Means the data or the file which you are getting from the Play Store was actually coming from the server. And remember, the data from which transfer from server to devices is using the TCP protocol. Let me write it again for you. I'll just write it here again. Remember, if data is transferred from server to computers, then it is used by TCP protocol. If data is transferred from real time, like video call, live matches, etc. If the data transfer is real time, then we uses the UDP protocol. We uses the UDP protocol. Just give me a second. UDP protocol. If we are transferring data from one computer to another computer on internet, remember, on internet, computer to another computer, on internet, on internet, we are using the FTP protocol. Visible, but are you guys able to see the screen or not? Are you guys able to see the notepad? Mohammed says, I think you have network problem because I think everyone is able to see the screen. Now it is visible, sir. I think it is visible from the start. Just check your network connection because I think it is visible to for me. Okay. So if you are transferring data from computer to another computer on internet, it uses the FTP protocol or file transfer protocol. If you are transferring data from computer to another computer in a LAN, just copy me this. Control plus C. Just let me just put computer and on LAN, on a LAN. Remember, on a LAN. At that time, you are using the Ethernet protocol. You are using the Ethernet protocol. Now, if you are transferring data from a server, to web browser, remember, to web browser, not you. See, server to web browser means the data was for web browser. Here, server to computer means the data was coming to the computer, but it may be some type of data like video call. So it does not mean that the all type of database is coming to browser. Server to web browsers means the data which was for web browsers like HTML codes, which was used by the HTTP protocol. HTTP protocol. See, there's one more protocol which I'm not here to tell you is the HTTPS protocol. See, it is similar to HTTPS protocol, hypertext transfer protocol, but there's a difference. HTTPS is basically hypertext transfer protocol security, means it will provide encryption. Remember, in VPN, we say some VPN just encrypt our whole data. So we use VPN for the HTTP website, but if a website has HTTPS protocol, we don't need to use the VPN. See, every website has basically HTTPS. Now I think now at now time every website has HTTPS. So give some things to practice and learn about the topics discussed. See, these are the network topics. Basically, you need to understand if you want to practice this thing, you will need to go to Cisco Packet Tracer, which is a packet application where you practice these things. You can't practice this online. This is the concept we need to know to perform ethical hacking, because when you are performing ethical hacking, we see some everywhere TCP, UDP, FTP, HTTP, HTTPS, and if we don't know actually what is TCP, what is UDP, what is FTP, what is HTTP, what is Ethernet, we don't able to perform ethical hacking. So this is important to know for all of you to perform ethical hacking. I think everyone has clear about all the protocols. Does anyone have any doubt? Can I get a quick response in the chat box? Does anyone have any doubt? I'll give you a 3-minute break. Just take and tell me, do you guys have any type of problem? If you have any question, just ask me right now. If you have any doubts, any question, just ask me right now. Yeah, so difference between HTTP and HTTPS. See, HTTP is basically a hypertext transfer protocol. Just me open this image again. See, here we have the HTTP protocol. Where it goes? See, HTTP protocol. See, HTTP and HTTPS does not have any difference. HTTPS has all the functions which HTTP has. Only HTTPS has a one extra function, which is the security. See, HTTP protocols means hypertext transfer protocol, where HTTP means hypertext transfer protocol security. Hypertext transfer protocol security. So what it basically does, see, if a website has HTTP website, if a website is HTTP website, what actually happened? Just open me here. Let me come here. Suppose we are connected to internet, for example. Here, just see this example. Suppose you are connected to an internet. For example, you are connected to an internet, and you are on a website which uses the HTTP protocol. So whatever data you are typing on that particular thing, I think you remember the man in the middle attack. Just give me again the photo, then I think you are able to understand. Is my screen visible to all of you? See, get, post, and head are the messaging methods which was used by a particular website to transfer messages. Get and post basically give you the all informations, where head is basically give you the name of the particular file. Is my screen visible to all of you? Watching web series on OTT is example of TCP or UDP. See, watching web series on a on a OTT is example of TCP because you are watching stored data, not live data. But watching live matches is example of UDP. See, right now I think you are able to see my screen. Just give me a second. I'll open an image. See, here you can see this is what happening. See, this is a man in the middle attack. Just give me another image. See, this is a man in the middle attack. For example, you are accessing a website. Right now, see, this computer is accessing a website. Just right now, see, this computer is accessing a website like he was using here. Right now, he was using a website and he is need to log in. So if he log in here, for example, he give you his ID and password. And when he enters, if the website is using the HTTP protocol, remember, HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. At that time, the data which was sent from him to the server was basically visible to the hacker. If a hacker is between the server and the client, he is able to see the username and password clearly. But if he was using the HTTPS website to log in, if the website uses the HTTPS means Hypertext Transfer Protocol Security, at that time when he gives the username and password and when he click on login, what actually happens? The data the hacker sees, but the data was encrypted. Remember, in the starting, we encrypt the data. So the data which the hacker see was basically encrypted and the hacker can't do anything. He's not able to find the actual login or password if he uses the HTTPS. So HTTPS is basically an extended version of HTTP protocol with an extra additional feature encryption. Right now, I think everyone is clear about HTTPS. Does anyone have any doubt about HTTPS? Does anyone have doubt about any other things? Please ask it. Or should I go to the next topic? Difference between HTTP? I think oh no, this was not. Does anyone else have any doubts? Can I get a quick response in the chat box? Tell about the get post. HTTPS is also used for web browser. Yeah, HTTPS is also used by the web browsers. Maximally, it was used by the web browsers. It was basically used. No, see, HTTPS is also used for the web browsers. Yeah, it is basically used for web browsers. It is also a web browser protocol. It was just an extended version of HTTP with an external feature like security layer. It just have an external feature which provides the encryption, just nothing more. I think everyone has cleared about it. Does anyone have else any doubt? One message, one. So what is DHCP? Okay, so DHCP. See, DHCP is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. I think many of you don't know about DHCP. Just tell me about DHCP. Just give me a second. See, DHCP is the definition of. Let me open my notepad where I can just simply type DHCP. See, DHCP is basically Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. DHCP. Dynamic host configuration protocol. Remember in yesterday's class, what I'm telling you, there are two types of IP address. First is static and second is the dynamic IP address. Where static is the IP address which changes continuously, but the dynamic static is the IP address which does not change timely, which is consistent for a long period of time. If you have a static IP address, it is consistent for a long period of time. Where if you have a dynamic IP address, it will change after a period of time. DHCP is same. DHCP is a network protocol which was used for assigning different IP addresses to different protocols. It was used by the Wi-Fi's to identify, or you can say, give IP addresses. It was basically used for assigning IP addresses to the connected devices, different IP address. So it was basically known as dynamic host configuration protocol. See, when you are connected to a Wi-Fi, when, for example, I think my screen is visible to all of you. Right now, if I do this, it will maybe disconnect my network. So I'm not doing it. I'm just telling you. See, whenever you are connecting to your laptop or phone, you can see in Wi-Fi advanced option, you have two options. One is DHCP protocol and second is manual. So if you are using DHCP protocol, it just simply give you any IP address which is available. Means it will just simply go and see if the IP address is available. It just simply give you. But if you are choosing a manual, you can specify the IP address which you want in the network. So DHCP is known as Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, which was used by the network or Wi-Fi devices or hotspot devices to give you IP addresses. I think right now, I think you have cleared about DHCP. Short and sweet about network protocol, please. See, network protocol, again, I'm telling you network protocol. Network protocol is basically a way of transferring data from one end to another end in the internet with some rules and regulation. This is the simplest definition we know. Network protocol is basically used for transferring data from one end to another end on the internet by using some rules and regulations to transfer data. Now what I'm going to show you something next thing. This PDF you are getting, you will get in the LMS module section, and I need all of you to download one file and install it on your system. This is metasploitable file in your Kali operating system. So from today onwards we start performing ethical hacking. So from today onwards, we start performing ethical hacking. We start analyzing websites. We start performing phishing attacks and different attacks. So you need to download this file, which is meta. Is my screen visible to all of you? Is my screen visible to all of you? HTTP is also used for web browser. Yeah, HTTP is also used for web browser. Is my screen visible to all of you? Can I get a quick response? Right now I'm sharing you a link. Meta exploitable, meta table, meta exploitable rapid 7. And download. You need to download Metasploitable Rapid 7 download file so we can use start performing ethical hacking. See, we need to perform ethical hacking. So if we are trying to hack something, we need something to hack. But we can't hack anything because it is illegal to hack anything on the internet. So we create our own operating system and we hack that particular operating system. So you guys need to download this file, Metasploitable. Just click on here, download now. Now just you need to give your some information. I think it start downloading. See, you need to download this file. Just simply you need to download this virtual machine to test Metasploit. Metasploitable. I'll just give you the link. You all need to download this file. No, you need to download it on your virtual box. You need to do it on your virtual box. Just download it to, in tomorrow's classes. I will tell you how to configure this. It will take just 5 to 10 minutes. It will not take more than that. So in tomorrow classes, we are going to see how we install Metasploit. If you have any questions, just ask it right now. Do you guys have any questions? How to download in virtual? I'll already tell you how to download virtual logs. You just need to download this files in tomorrow's classes. I'm going to tell you in tomorrow's class. I'm going to tell you how you configure this file. No, you don't need to install this in anywhere. You just simply go and download the Metasploitable. You just simply come here, and when you click on here download, it will start automatically downloading. Just download it here from here and do it. If you know how to install it and how to set up in VirtualBox, just set up. And if you don't need to be panic. In tomorrow's class, I'm going to show you how you can configure your Metasploitable in your VirtualBox. And from tomorrow on, we are going to see how we perform ethical hacking on real targets. We are going to see how we hack a device, how we get access to data. Also, we are going to see how we can transfer data, how we can delete, and how we can transfer data from one laptop to another laptop without touching it, how we can hack a device, and do different things. So do I need to install Kali or will work in Ubuntu? See, Ubuntu will also work, but if you need using Ubuntu, there will be a very lot of problem because Ubuntu does not have all the tools which we require to perform ethical hacking. So we need Kali Linux. If you are using Ubuntu, there is no any problem, but you need to download all the tools which we are going to use. Because, for example, Ubuntu does not have Nmap. So first of all, you need to download Nmap. Ubuntu does not have Metasploit. You need to download Metasploit. So you need to download multiple devices tools in Ubuntu, and it will be very tough for you to use this. Sir, how we can check the vulnerability of a website? See, for checking a vulnerability of a website, we use different type of softwares like Bubsuit, like WebSQL, like SQL3, and there are different softwares which were used for checking vulnerability of a particular website. Also, we uses scans like vulnerability scans. We use Nmap, Nexus, and there are different scanning tools to find vulnerability on a particular website. So there are different tools which we can use to perform vulnerability analysis. Also, we have a chance as a fresher in the field as I am hearing that no one are hiring fresher. See, in cybersecurity, don't need experience. You need the skills. If you have the skills, everyone is able to hire you. If you don't have the skills, no one able to hire you. In cybersecurity, the only thing which matters is the skills. How skillful are you? How able are you to make the company, make the network more secure? How able are you to find the vulnerability on a particular software? So yeah, it will also work for map. I think I will already share you the PDF in the LMS section. You just see the PDF in the LMS section and you will be able to download. Yes, Venkat, this is the right thing. Yeah, you will download Metasploit. Yeah, this is the right thing, Venkat. Do you guys have any doubt or should we end the session? Do you have any doubts? Please ask it or after that we are going to end the session for today. Does anyone have any doubts? Does anyone have any doubts? Yeah, you can get the recordings in the LMS section. You can get the recording in the LMS section. Can we hack the database of Polygon? No, no, no. This is not legal. We are not going to do that. See, we are learning cybersecurity and ethical for protecting the organization, not for doing illegal work. So we are not going to do this type of things. Metasploit is the operating system. Basically, it is a Linux operating system. It is a CUI based operating system, which means it is a command line user interface. I'll just send you again the link. Download it from here, or you can just simply search Metasploit Rapid 7 on internet and you can find the link. I'm sending you again the link. I'm just sending you the link. Yeah, here you can find. This is the link where you can download this section. How we can get into the LMS system. Just watch the first just log in on the XLR section and you can see the HTC cybersecurity courses. Student development area, cybersecurity, and when you click on the SDP, you can see all the classes on the calendar section and you can find the recorded section of these classes. Yeah, you are getting the guidance of how you do perform bug bounty. Yeah, also. Can you teach at least requirements? What requirements, Prashad? I think everyone has, no one has any doubt. Should we end the session for today? Let's meet tomorrow. Have a good day, everyone. Good night to all of you. Now we are leaving, ending the meeting.